Welcome back, or if you're new here, hello, my name is Katie, and today I'm going to be reacting to Season 4, Episode 9 of Attack on Titan, and I am so scared to get into this episode because the last episode was honestly so devastating, and I feel like I need to talk about it a little bit, and I know there's going to be a lot of people that aren't going to like what I have to say, but honestly, I don't really care. I am genuinely really shocked at the amount of people that watch Attack on Titan and hate Gabby the way that they do. I don't even know where to begin with this without genuinely saying that I think it's concerning how media literacy is kind of out the window in a show like Attack on Titan. Okay, so I understand having your favorite characters. I understand not liking a character's approach to things completely, being jarring or something that you don't agree with. I get it. You're allowed to not like a character. That's not what I'm saying. I put my reaction up on YouTube and genuinely people are so offended at the idea that you would draw parallels between Gabby and Eren that I believe that you should be able to sympathize with Gabby if you've watched this show even a little bit paying attention. And the amount of people that want her to die, to suffer, who hate her, I cannot wrap my head around it, guys. I really, really can't, because I feel like this show kind of spells it out for you in a way, or maybe it doesn't, because it seems to go over a lot of people's heads that Gabby is the symbol of radicalization and the problem in this show, which is the cycle of hatred and violence. And I also think that not being able to understand that Gabby is a child who has been radicalized and brainwashed for her entire life is really alarming to me, because what do you mean you can't understand that children don't have the same critical thinking skills as adults? There's a clear difference between Falco and Gabby, and I'm not saying that all children are stupid, but this show kind of spells it out for you in choosing children to become warriors. Children are easily indoctrinated, they're easily radicalized, they're easily molded to be what you want, and so they choose children to be titans, to go to wars, because it's all they know. That's not to say that every child will have the same radicalization as Gabby. She's an extreme case, and that's not to say that, no child can be empathetic and think outside of what they're being taught. But Gabby is supposed to show the problem here, that they use children to do their bidding. The Marleyans use children to do their bidding. And the children, 9 times out of 10, are not going to question it, because it's all they've known since they were fresh out the fucking womb. Listen, I get it. Gabby killing a beloved character, I understand, right? We love Sasha. It's very, very sad. But if your hatred from Gabby mostly just comes from her killing Sasha, I don't know. I can't really comprehend watching Attack on Titan so one-dimensionally. Because to me, Gabby killing Sasha kind of shows this bigger picture of this is so senseless. This radicalization that they do is so senseless that it kills people in ways that is just meaningless. Sasha didn't die fighting. She didn't die in any other way than being caught off guard. I don't know how much more the show can spell it out for you that Gabby is a parallel to Eren. And I had someone in my comments extremely offended that I even drew that parallel, because obviously their experience is different, okay? Eren did not grow up hating the people of Marley. He didn't even know they fucking existed. However, their experiences and the radicalization and the extremes that they want to go to is a parallel of each other, and the fact that it it started when they were both children is supposed to show that the problem is radicalizing children and using extreme propaganda around children. I just feel like, you know, as adults, we have critical thinking. Our frontal lobes are developed. Most people, anyways. We are more so than children. Obviously, I'm taking out like disabilities and like all that kind of stuff. But in comparison to children, adults are capable of much more logic and emotional regulation than children. Children are, you know, not fully developed in terms of their critical thinking, their logic. Their frontal lobe is literally not even fully formed. Gabby is like 12 or maybe younger. To look at something as innocent and vulnerable as a child and to want them to suffer because of them being extremely wrongly molded by their environment is quite alarming to me. I'm not gonna lie. I don't understand how people can't have empathy for Gabby. You watch this show, you see how cruel this world is, you see what the Marleyans do to the Eldians, and you hate Gabby. That's who you're deciding to hate in this show. Just because she's a child, I also don't condone her actions. I'm not being like, oh, it's fine that she killed all these people. It's fine that she killed Sasha. Obviously, that's wrong. When you are a child, one of the most vulnerable people in society, and you've been molded to be something that in her is a weapon, and it's all you know, and you're face to face with this thing that you've been told is your enemy, what else is she gonna do? To not empathize with that, but empathize with Erin as an adult is crazy to me. It's really, really alarming. Everyone has their own opinions, and listen, I'm not here to like shit on anyone. You can obviously dislike characters. Like Gabby's a tough one because I empathize with her and I think it's so unfortunate. Would I say she's one of my favorite characters? Like, not necessarily. To consume a piece of media like Attack on Titan and view it so one-dimensionally, she killed a character I love, therefore she has to suffer. It's like this show has such a deep message of like humanity and what it means to end the cycle of violence. To view it so one-dimensionally is like, I'm not gonna lie, I think it's kind of lost on you. Genuinely, I really do. I do think it's kind of weird to, if you do at all have ever empathized with Erin and you hate Gabby, I don't know, just ask yourself, like, why? Because I understand, like, we've had this perspective of Erin for, like, most of the show, but this whole arc is supposed to make you question everything that you have actually known, because it's much more complex and nuanced than we ever thought, right? And that's what the story is trying to convey, that, like, no one wins in war. There's actually a quote from One Piece from one of my favorite characters, Doflamingo, that sums this up. And he says, let me actually read you the quote. Let me read you the quote for anyone that isn't One Piece. Okay, so the quote is, "Pirates are evil, Marines are righteous. These terms have always changed through the course of history. Kids who have never seen peace and kids who have never seen war have different values. Those who stand at the top determine what's wrong and what's right. Justice will prevail, you say? But of course it will. Whoever wins this war becomes justice." And I just think if you sit with that quote and apply it to Attack on Titan, you may have a little bit of a better understanding of, like, Gabby is a symbol of something bigger than just her character. She is a symbol of child radicalization, and that should, like, startle you. Anyways, let's get into the episode. Before we do, though, if you want to see more content from me, don't forget to subscribe. You can also join my Patreon if you want to see fully uncut early access reactions to Attack on Titan and everything else I'm currently reacting to. It's $3 a month over there, and I really appreciate the support. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into episode 9 of season 4 of Attack on Titan. 何かを変えられたかも Interesting. Okay.
先遣隊が上陸して2時間音沙汰なしです。
何としてでもその実態をマーレに持ち帰るのだ。クマ。
Whoa. ハンジ。
ハンジ、はるばる海を渡っていらしたお客様をお迎えするものです。どうぞこちらでお茶でも楽しんでいってください。
What?
お一足お先にお越しのお連れ様のお客様とはすでに仲良しです。だよね。
Oh.
隊長、私に構わずこの悪魔どもを撃ってください。
Oh my god.
汚れた連中と豚の小便をすするような真似はしない。
Pig piss. Like, genuinely? Like, what the fuck are they taught? Right? Because, like, what are you talking about? Genuinely.
悪魔の力などに屈するものか。これがマーレの挨拶だ。
Did they shoot Nicolo? Oh. Oh, this is this person. Interesting. This is what? What? Okay, so what we know of them so far is that they're just like a devout follower of Zeke. And so knows about Eren and maybe already knew about like what Zeke's real intentions were before, you know, all of this. Why did they make this character look so much like Armin? Levi looks so unimpressed. Hang on, Armin hadn't cut his hair. At this point, did he see her and be like, I like that hairstyle? Why are they giving them this information? Okay, so we know that, like, Yelena is maybe in on Zeke's plans, but why are the others... Why...
主に理由は2つ。一つは島に放った無垢の巨人が最新鋭の兵器をもってしても未だ上陸困難な障害。
Makes sense.
マーレがエルディア人を壁の中に幽閉するための政策でしたが、逆に進軍からエルディアを守る存在となっていたの。現在マーレは複数の国と戦争状態にあり、パラディ島どころではないというわけです。
Can't be bothered.
マーレが誇る戦士隊を打ち負かし、さらに超大型巨人や女型の巨人といった主力兵器を奪った。マーレは敵の多い国ですので、諸外国は瞬く間に団結し、戦争の火蓋が切られた。
They're a little bit preoccupied.
ブルト、あなた方はマーレに恨みを持つ亡国の民であり、マーレ軍に潜入する諜報員のようなもの。
Oh.
情報などと呼べるような代物では。
Who are you then? I'm so
マーレ
confused.
に故郷を奪われ、兵士として徴用された我々はとても非力で、
Oh.
大国に抗う気概は失われつつありました。導かれる。
That's why they like Zeke.
マーレや世界の人々が悪魔と呼んで恐れる巨人。
So, Yelena and this guy, like these people, they're not even Marlians or Eldians from what I'm understanding.
神です。無力な私たちに希望を見せてくれました。私たちはジーク・イエーガーの命を受け上官を撃った反マーレ義勇兵です。
We're the anti-Marlian volunteers to free the Eldian people. So they are not Eldians from what I'm gathering, but they believe in Zeke. And they have seen what Marley has done to them and Eldians.
全エルディア人の解放。
To free them, how exactly is my...
すべては生存が危ぶまれるエルディア人の救済を目論外だ。
そんなバカな話に乗るものか。相手は獣の巨人だぞ。奴らの目的は終始一貫して始祖の巨人の奪還。力ずくがダメなら 口八丁手八丁尽くせと言わんばかりだ。
ジーク曰く、エルディア人の問題を一
A
緒に解
secret
決する秘
plan.
策がある。その秘策を行う条件として必要なものが、始祖の巨人と王家の血を引く巨人。二つが揃えば世界は救われる。
The world.
その秘策を明かせるのは条件が揃ってからだ。
He will only reveal the plan when his conditions are met. So at this point, like in the last episode that we seen it, they don't even know the plan yet. Is Eren thinking that his plan is unleashing all of the titans in the walls? Does Zeke have... Is he thinking something different? Like... He's finally saying it. Because it's not just Historia anymore, I guess. Right, but like, is that what Zeke is saying? I just don't know, because Zeke has grown up in Marley, you know, with all the people that he loves. Would he want that? Because I'm assuming that if Eren wants to do the rumbling, that he thinks that he'll be able to save Paradise. So him and Zeke's plans would really conflict, and I don't think that this is actually Zeke's plan. I don't know. Because Historia was at risk. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
マーレの調査船からこの島を守るためには義勇兵の力が必要なのです。
調査船だ。こちら第二次調査船だ。よかった。船が座礁して。
ずっと助けを。
Oh my god. And they're just gonna kill them.
もう大丈夫だぞ。
Holy fuck. Oh my god. They're jumping off. Oh. As long as you like pig piss.
確かに僕たちエルディア人は世界から恐れられ憎まれている。でも海の向こうにいる人たちは敵だけじゃなかった。そして世界はずっと複雑で知らないことだらけだった。ところでおにゃんぽこんはなんで肌が黒いのですか？
俺たちを作ったやつはこう考えた。いろんなやつがいた方が面白いってな。
誰が僕らを作ったの？
始祖ユミルに力を与えた存在。神だよ。
なんだよこの料理。これ食えんのか。くそ。嫌なら食うなよエルディア人。お前らなんかに食わせて。
Sasha. Oh my god. Sasha and Luffy would be a perfect couple, I fear. His blush is cute.
そりゃ最初はお互い疑心暗鬼でうまくいかなかったよ。でも時間をかけて肩書きを抜きにして人同士向き合えばきっと分かり合える。
アルミ、ベルトルトの記憶は何か見たか？
ああ、いや、役に立ちそうなものは何も。本当に地ならして世界を脅すことでしかエルディア人を守る術はないのかなって恐怖に陥れる悪夢。
Exactly.
話し合えないのかな。
Talk.
マーレや世界中の人と話し合って誤解を解けば。
And like it's showing here that when they do talk and they get to know each other, that radicalization starts to fizzle away because you start to question it all, and you know everything you've known kind of fizzles and crumbles. It's like it's all there, isn't it?
誤解って何のことだよ。
だから僕たちは怖くないって。
世界から見れば俺たちは巨人に化ける怪物だ。そこに誤解はないだろう。
でも仲良くなれたマーレ人もいる。
何人だ？ほとんどのマーレ兵は収容所の壁を睨みつけてんだろ。
それだって時間をかければ。そう、時間が必要だ。
God, Eren is too far gone.
本当に僕たちは正しかったのかな。もしかしたら別の道があったんじゃないかって、そればかり考えてしまう。誰よりもエレンを理解しているつもりだった。ミカサよりも。でももうわからない。
Yeah. Fuck.
お前マーレ人だろ。ここに何しに来やがった。マーレに殺されたエルディア人の墓地に何しに来やがった。
What the fuck?
おいニコラ、大丈夫か？
Uh,
くそ、なんでだよ。本当にサシャは死んだのか。
oh.
飛行船に乗り込んできた子供に撃たれたって、そんなバカな話が。
See, that literally sums it up. A kid who sneaked onto an airship, literally what could have been a really dangerous off yourself kind of mission. You know what I mean? It's like, it's so ridiculous and extreme. It's like, how can you not have empathy for the fact that that is just genuinely terrifying? I don't know.
あいつにうまいもん言い。
Oh.
ニコラ、俺とサシャは
Oh, Connie. That's so sad, man.
世話になったよ。
Oh.
俺は捕虜のマーレ人ですが、料理人として就労許可を持っています。娘さんは俺の料理を誰よりもうまそうに食べ
Oh
てく
my
れました。
god.
だからもしよかったら俺の料理を食べに来てください。
That's brave of him to say that.
ただなんやろ。
Aww. Oh, sweet Jesus.
戦勝と報じたわけか。恐ろしいね。何も知らないってのは。
お前を殺して死体をマーレに送りつけ、陰謀を明るみに出す。祖父祖母の命はないだろう
My god.
な。お前の言う秘策とやらが本物なら、切り刻むのを
Levi is so ruthless. It's crazy.
寛大なお言葉に感謝いたします。だが、俺をエレンと合わせるのが先だろ。
そう急ぐな。お前に最上級のホテルを用意したんだ。
マーレから奪ってきた巨人化の薬はこれで全てです。
Damn.
しかし複製は困難でしょう。
ショクルナの勇姿を疑うことは悪魔の修行に等しくあろう。
この3年間エルディア人の友人であることを証明してきたつもりでした。残念です。私たちが持ち込んだこの銃はエルディア
虫のいい話ですまんが、我々の弱さにしばしの間だけ目をつぶってくれぬか。ジークに枷をかけぬわけにはいかんのだ。
Whoa.
俺のホテル、これ？
A tree?
何か不満でもある
A。tree?
巨大樹の森だ。これ以上
Oh my god.
なあ、リヴァイ兵長。ガビとファルコにもこの雄大な自然を見せてやりたいんだが。
ガキが雄大な自然を拝めるかどうかはお前次第だ。
They're imprisoned, obviously.
エレンは一人でもやるつもりだった。エレンに協力しても見放しても最悪の選択になっただろう。とにかく大勢の人間を殺した。戦艦も軍人も民間人も全てを巻き込んで僕の道は断たれた。けどやるしかなかった。あの日の君たちのようにね。
Oh god, he's talking to Annie.
何か
Makes so much sense that he's talking to Annie.
勝てなきゃ死ぬ。勝てば生きる。
戦わなければ勝てない。戦え。戦え。
Jesus Christ, man. This is actually haunting. I feel like I say this every episode, but like, oh my god, I don't even know where to start with that episode. Progressively, like, through the last, like, 2 seasons, basically. I mean, from the point where, Aaron started to understand his father's memories, he's just looking more void than ever in every episode. And I thought it was interesting that he asked Armin about Birdie's memories, because it's kind of pointing out that maybe, like, obviously, like, Aaron, he's from the first episode and the experiences that he had when he was a child, he's been hell-bent on revenge. But even more so since he started to learn more, it's just like, how much does he know that hasn't been revealed to us yet? Like, he's giving trauma in his eyes of things that we don't even know yet. Like, he literally is bearing the weight of something bigger. Like, he knows too much and it's breaking him, if that makes any sense. It's so complicated because, you know, they actually could have went for peace, but because of whatever Aaron is like battling, that's not an option anymore. I don't know if that could ever have worked out the way that Armin was like talking about it, but the progress that they made in integrating and realizing that everyone is just, you know, everyone is just a person, you know, they're all people. They're different, but they're people. That's just completely gone out the window. And it's like, you know, this constant theme coming up of like negotiation and talking, but there's just never any room for that because, you know, Aaron is always of the idea that we just have to keep fighting. But then, you know, at what cost? More lives get lost. And lives like Sasha, who didn't even die fighting. Didn't even die, like literally fighting. He's talking about fighting. Sasha didn't even die fighting. You know, so what does it even amount to, really, at the end of the day? I just think, I'll go back to my Gabby point. Like, Gabby at the end there, literally looking so crazy, and just like now she's so hyper-focused on Aaron. It's like, I don't know. I see that as a child who is confused and doesn't understand the greater perspective of this and is so radicalized beyond probably help at this point. Like, it makes me wonder, will Gabby ever reach a point where, you know, because there was that scene with Reiner and his family and Gabby, right? And Reiner was talking about the Scouts, his time with the Scouts, and he was supposed to make it sound awful, but he didn't. And Gabby questioned him. She was like, wait, they are bad people, right? So it's not like that isn't something that can be uncovered with her, because she looked shocked when she said that. So I do wonder if it's ever going to reach a point where Gabby actually feels remorse and breaks out of her radicalization, because other people have crumbled away their radicalization when they get to know that everybody is just a person under this really horrible, corrupt system of oppression and cycle of violence. Will we ever see Gabby battle with, oh fuck, like a realization? And it would, oh my god, it would really upset me if she dies before she has that moment. I mean, she may not have that moment because of how extremely radicalized she is. But it does make me wonder if she ever will. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I think when I say that Aaron and Gabby are parallels of each other, people think that I'm saying that their experience is exactly the same and they're exactly the same character. That's not what I'm saying. I just think that they're supposed to show two different perspectives of a cycle of violence and radicalization. They're supposed to parallel each other in that way. And are they just two characters that are too far gone, have seen too much? In Aaron's case, maybe knows too much. And so they could be just, you know, the actual downfall of everything. when other people are, you know, breaking those walls down and figuring out that peace is an option. Do you know what I mean? It's very, very nuanced, but I think what this show really highlights is the atrocities of war and how nobody actually wins. Or like going back to that quote at the start, the winners become justice, you know? I think that's a really, I can't get over how perfect that like quote from One Piece is for the show, genuinely. But yeah, I don't know. Every episode of this show genuinely makes me feel void. Like, it upsets me so deeply that I don't know how to function. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed my reaction to this episode. And, you know, if you disagree with me about Gabby, it's fine. At the end of the day, this is a fictional story. So like, interpret it however you want. But I do just think that it's not as one-dimensional as some people make it out to be. And I think it does a disservice on the storytelling and the writing of this show to just be like, I hate Gabby because she killed Sasha. I hate Gabby because she kills people. Everyone in this show has killed people. A lot of people for many different reasons. So it's just like, I don't know. I just think it's an interesting conversation to have. And I just think, you know, if you want to fully understand the depth of this show, is like, maybe just think about it on a deeper level, you know? I don't know. Anyways, hope you enjoyed my reaction. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you want to see more content from me, don't forget to subscribe. You can also join my Patreon if you want to. But yeah, in the meantime, take care of yourselves and I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye. A huge, huge thank you to all of my Patreon members whose support really, really helps my channel, and especially my highest tier members who are all on screen right now. I appreciate your support so much, and it really helps me continue doing what I love, which is sharing my reactions with you. So thank you so much.